All right. What is going on, y'all? Can you hear me okay? I'll be ready to rock and roll tonight. I'm not singing a damn thing until I see everybody's cigarette lighters up in the air. All right. We'll see who we got here first. What's going on, pullover? What's up, Christy? Donald Trump is in the house. Y'all, I called my contacts at the White House, and that's actually the real Donald Trump. What's going on, community? Come over. Did I just call you come over? Comb over. I'm a little bit out of it today. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Kamala. Security! Security! Can we get security over here, please? What's going on, Great White? What's going on, Kid Nurse? Nice to see you back around. I know you have an actual life, but for fuck's sake, I forgot to grab a drink. Oh well. What I'm about to say isn't really new, but I want y'all to know some things. The problem is that a lot of you haven't been around for years and years and seen shit play out in the past. So it's pretty easy to mislead people if they haven't been around to see the truth. And but these people, man, if their answer, we have a falling out with somebody, and I get it, you want to call people out because they've lied. What's going on, General? But if your answer is to go live and show every fucking message, even if it's not related to anything pertinent, I would be, if you are still talking to these people, I would just shut the fuck up because you got to remember they set up on panel after panel after panel and co-signed each other's bullshit for months, a year. And then they have a falling out and all the stuff that they lied about. They lie and they forget what they lied about, and now that they're showing it, if you pay attention, they're proving themselves to be liars, and they are everything they're trying to make other people out to be. Like all the little man. I'm not gonna lie. I was when I was more involved in this shit, and I'm not exaggerating. There were probably like maybe around 30, between 20 and 30, probably closer to 30 little Discord private chats and little Instagram private chats and text group chats, and people just throw you in these things, and I got thrown in an awful lot of them. So yeah, there was some, I mean, not really dirty shit, but just some, yeah, bad stuff, things like that did happen, but not nearly to the degree that it's happening with uh, the Nunya and Bobby joke kind of things. It was never near that degree. And Bobby Joke likes to run her mouth about it. Uh, Show some proof, Bobby Joe, because you were not ignoring those group chats and the ones that we were in together. You've always got the biggest mouth. And she was not in what I'm going to call like critical ones. I don't know how else to word it. For lack of a better word, I'll say critical, but that's kind of an exaggeration. And that's not to, like, I'm not trying to minimize anything that I was there for. Um, She was only in the ones, or no, I shouldn't say only, mostly in the ones that Blue put her in, and these fucking little secret discords and shit. They were all just different combinations of like the same 10 people. Uh, because somebody would make one, and Blue would always put Bobby Joe in there because Bobby Joe was always kissing her ass, and she never contributed anything other than running her mouth. Um, but it was like somebody would make a group chat, and then they would say, well, and I said it too. We would say, well, we don't really trust Bobby Joe. We don't trust Dragonfly Wings. We don't trust whoever. So then there would be another one made with everybody but them. So yeah, there were a lot of them, but they weren't nearly as shady or as doxy as the shit that they're doing now. And I think it's funny how the lowest common denominator, uh, as far as I know, Bobby Joe was the only one that was in them on both sides. So you tell me. These people are so desperate to get me out of the way, they've tried to have me arrested. And it's because I called them out for being liars. And that's exactly what they are. Now they're proving it. I didn't have to really do anything. I knew that they were uh, trying to have me swatted, trying to have me prosecuted. I knew about it for way longer than they know I knew. I just didn't say anything um, until after they put it out there. But I have screenshots of Nanya saying that she reported me. I have screenshots of Jason Casey saying he reported me. Uh, I have a lot of stuff, and I was holding back. What's up, Jonah? Hey, what's going on, Dominique? Bobby who? Bobby Joke with 2 Ks. But so desperate to get me out of the way because I called them out for being exactly what they've proven themselves to be. They were trying to have me arrested. Now, at the end of the day, I don't believe that Jason Casey's mom is a private investigator. I mean, I can't prove it either way, but his parents own a gun store. Um, I think he probably lied about his mom being a private investigator. I don't believe that a private investigator worked on any of this shit because there's so much shit about me that a private investigator should have been able to find. So either they found it and chose not to put it out there because it might make me look halfway cool, depending on how you look at that kind of thing, or they just never found it, which is really what I think happened. Now they kept doxing the wrong Powell family. The name Bill Powell has been in my family for generations, so there are other, um, you know, my dad, me, my son, my grandson, we're all named Bill Powell. We're all named after the same fucking guy. Um, and then there's another leg of the family, my cousins and second cousins and shit, that did the same thing. So these fuckers, in their infinite wisdom, kept getting the wrong family. Now they were getting visits from the police. That people, there's been at least 4 times that I know of that um, people falsely reported me, and I didn't know that that family was getting visits from the cops at first. I thought, well, I better check with them and let them know what's up because their address was the one getting doxxed. Um, so I went and talked to them. I didn't know for sure if that was actually their address, but I knew where they lived. So I went and talked to them. They're like, "Oh yeah, they've been here," and I'm like, "Just fucking give them my number, man." Oh no, we're not gonna do that, which I appreciate. I'm the same way. Um, but it happened again, And these people, they were trying to get me rated, is what they were trying to do. But the ATF doesn't just automatically over little things. Like if I were like selling guns, like Nanya, apparently, yeah, I'd probably better tell the cops about the gun I bought from her that I had to get rid of. Yeah, I probably better tell the cops about that. Um, I can hear the recorders clicking now. But anyway, I didn't know it at the time because I kept going to the wrong place. Um, but I've had several reports against me, and what happens is some of them called the county, which was the wrong county, and at least one called the ATF, but the ATF just kicked it down to the county because I'm not like out there selling guns or whatever. They reported me for having illegal machine guns, which I'm not going to put illegal shit on the fucking internet. All the machine guns, YouTube took it, most of them down now anyway because they have new rules. But um, first they said, "Oh, you don't own machine guns," and I'm like, "I've got videos up of me shooting machine guns." Um, so they were trying to say I didn't even own any. And then once they found I did have them, they're like, "Oh, they got to be illegal. They got to be illegal." Well, no, they're not. I've got paperwork for all of them. And then they tried to say I was shooting in unsafe directions, which the video proved that that was bullshit. And then they ratted me out for having cocaine dono streams, which the cops like. I even put it in the title a couple of times that I'm just doing this to piss people off, and even having that information, they let it work. But the cops could tell it was a joke. So anyway, I've got all of these false reports on me that there's enough now that the cops are considering harassment. And I don't know if they're pursuing it or not. And at first, I was kind of resistant to cooperate. I didn't really want to go that route. But the more I think about it, the more I think these fuckers harassed an innocent family. Were trying to get me swatted, which could have led to an innocent family getting killed, or cops getting killed, or both. So I held on to, like, I gave them the names of the people that said that they'd reported me, and I don't know, like, I've not heard. I'm assuming that they got recorded because it was, but I've not heard whose voice it is. Um, yeah, but they've all admitted to it, which is the fabulous part. Sorry, Kamala, I don't believe you. So anyway, there was a lot that I showed the cops that already, but there was a lot that I haven't showed them, and I'm thinking about showing them a lot more. Thank you for the wrench. Do you still not have the wrench, OJ? Because your name is white to me. I thought I gave you one because I got caught up in some of that. No, sorry, Kamala, you cannot. Just like I told you in the in the text message your people sent me, I will not be voting Harris. Although I can be bought. Hell, I might die between now and then. Then you'll have my vote. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, Donald. I'm sorry about that roof thing. I told him to make it look good and get it close, but I didn't think he would actually hit your ear. Damn, he was damn good apparently. You will donate 50 grand to anyone who will host the rematch debate. Done. You can hit my Cash App. You'll have to do it in a bunch of little donations because I think the most you can donate, or the most you can give somebody through Cash App, I think, is 2,000 or 2,500. But I don't care. Just don't send me a 1099. Yeah, that's another thing. Bobby Joe said she ignores all this shit, but yet she has screenshots from Discords from 3 years ago. I think that's fucking weird. Says she doesn't watch me, but we saw the text message where she's like, "I'm listening, just come back, Bill." And she was also sending clips of my videos to people to have me reported with. Now, I will tell you, even if you didn't make the call yourself, you still conspired. You're still involved, so you're not in the clear. How did Booby Houdini escape this unscathed while she was playing with? She hasn't escaped. She hasn't escaped anything. I will tell you that some people, well, I shouldn't say some people, one person that I talk to, and I assume there's more that feel like this, uh, they don't want to talk with her anymore because they're worried if they have a falling out, then she's going to show all their text messages. Yeah, I know that. I see. I already knew that this was going on. I just didn't say anything for a reason. Anytime you have a fucking conspiracy little group chats, if you got more than two people in there, one of them is spying on you. But I do have video of Bobby Joke handling a weapon in a very dangerous manner in her home, where presumably her kids are at, where she's fucking pounding a loaded magazine. Yeah, it's a magazine and not a clip, you dumbass. Pounding a loaded magazine into a loaded gun. And see me. Look, I know what it looks like when somebody's high on painkillers, and that's what it looked like to me. And then I watched Rockstar, um, Rockstar Ruins. I watched his catch with her on there, and like you could tell he was getting aggravated because she got lost and shit. But um, she's like, I left my piece in my glove box. That's a really dumb thing to say in public. I don't think the pred heard it because I think he was inside, but anybody walking by could have construed that as a threat, especially when we've got fucking mass shootings going on. They don't take that shit lightly. And if you're gonna have a gun, it's doing you absolutely no good in your glove box. I would bet that most people here probably don't even know what the 21-foot rule is. She was more concerned about her shirt, more concerned about how she was dressed than where her weapon was at. So by saying that shit, anybody within earshot would have known where there's a and unattended gun, or anybody watching the live would then know where there's an unattended gun and know that they are unarmed now. So if that dude would have pulled a knife, he would have been like, how fast can you get to your glove box? And how fast can you get it out when you have an adrenaline dump and your hands are shaking? I mean, Rockstar really probably should take like that part of the video out. So did Gen A really pass? I believe so, Shauna. I don't want to try to contact them right now, like right after it happened. I just don't want to intrude like that. But that text message that I posted uh, came from somebody in the community, and all of her other texts before that were all typed in caps. But that one was, normal capitalization and then lowercase. So I do believe that somebody else typed that. Um, I'm 85% convinced that she's gone. What's going on, Matt? Been a bit since you caught me live. I haven't been live in, I don't know, a few days. I don't really go live as much as I used to. We were just talking about how false reporting and trying to have somebody swatted is a crime, and this shit. I don't know if the cops are. I was trying to not push it, but I'm kind of starting to change my mind. I've got more I can send them, and I sent them a couple of more today. So if these fuckers want to play around like that, then it's going to end up blowing up in their face like everything else they do. Yeah, Matt, Jason Casey. I have Jason Casey and Nanya and uh, other parties. Like I have screenshots of them admitting to calling the cops on me, and I know that it's been done. But uh, after the cops looked at everything, obviously nothing happened, and it's happened enough now that they're considering it harassment. And I'd kind of decided to not push it, but I don't. The more I think about it, like they had an innocent family harassed. It had the potential to have an innocent family or cops or both injured or killed. But they want me out of the way because I've called them all out for being the liars that they are. What's going on, Damone? So yeah, they've false report, and the thing is um, I'm supposed to talk to the cops more about it Tuesday. Um, but they're all trying to throw it off on each other now. And what's funny is they released all this shit themselves. I mean, I'd been tipped off already that they were doing this kind of shit. I was told about that a long time ago. But they've put out like the screenshots that I have of them admitting to it. They put out themselves, and now there's videos of it. Um, I know Bobby Joe's trying to deflect and minimize her involvement, but she was still involved. Anybody can jump up here that wants to. Yeah, this has been going on for quite a while. Jason Casey has it in for me because I showed him to be a liar. Bobby Joe, I mean, all these people have it in for me for calling out their lies, and they want to sit up there and call me a liar when, like, they've proven that they forget what they've lied about in the past, and then they end up proving it. What's going on, Lisa? What's going on, Meth Claus? I mean, the cops looked at all the videos that they reported me with, and they could tell that, uh, like, they tried to report me for for doing cocaine dono streams, but the cops could tell. I would put in the title, "I'm just doing this to piss people off," and like they still try to play it off as serious. I mean, they reported me for a bunch of shit, but uh, the cops know that it's the cops know what they're doing. And again, I was not pressing it. I don't know how far. I don't know if they're pressing it or not, but I also held back a lot. There was some stuff that I didn't show them that I could have, but they're gonna get it on Tuesday. And just because you didn't make the actual call doesn't mean that you won't be in some trouble. I mean, I don't really know, but you're still involved. It's still a conspiracy. And by the way, since it involves guns, congratulations. You just made yourself a felon. Well, I got Kamala's protection. Uh, I don't know, Kamala. You might end up with my vote after all. How's it going, Baz? Nice to see a bunch of some sea monkeys in here tonight. Am I getting a letter in your mailboxes too? No, not that I know of, but they kept doxing the wrong Bill Powell. So all this shit at first was happening um, to somebody else, and I didn't know that they were getting visits. But I went out there to warn them, hey, some shit's going on online, and they've been doxing your address. And that's when I found out that the cops had been out there. What's going on, Moments? I said, dude, just fucking give them my phone number. And they didn't want to do it, but they did. And then I ended up calling the cops myself. What's going on, Moments Live? What's going on, Cat Eyes? PHI is sending letters. Not that I know of, but they probably sent it. I'll have to call them and see if they got any weird letters. What kind of letters is she sending? What's going on, Treach? She's sending court letters to stop people from stalking her. Well, maybe if she wasn't stalking people, I mean, we all know that bitch is crazy. Who is she? Is she? Has anybody actually gotten a letter, or is that just her talking her usual bullshit again? What's up, Tony D? PHA makes a lot of threats. What exactly happened? Oh man, I knew I was going to have to repeat this, but that's okay. I'll give you the short version, and I'm probably saying too much. If the cops tell me to take this down or stop talking about it, I will. Um, these people have been reporting me to the cops. Like I have screenshots, and now there's audio proof of it too. Of them all saying that they've reported me or they did this, they did that. And I have been reported to the cops. I didn't know at first that it was going on until somebody took me off, and they keep doxing the wrong people. So I got a hold of them. I went out there and I'm like, hey, there's some weird shit going on online. I just want you guys to be aware of it. They're like, oh, that's probably why the cops have been here accusing me of having machine guns. I ain't got no machine guns. And blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, yep, that was for me. Yeah, this has been going on for a while, and I didn't say anything at first, but now that they've talked about it, and I have talked about it a little bit before, and I was not pressing it. What's going on, Sam's Clit? I don't know how far the cops are pressing it, but they did say that it's happened enough that now it's harassment. And since they were saying that I was being threatening and having machine guns and blah blah blah, which I do, but I have the paperwork. They told the cops that I have illegal machine guns. I'm not I'm dumb, but I'm not dumb enough to put illegal shit on the fucking internet. Everything I have that I've shown is legal. And like the cops could tell I was fucking with people, but they weren't smart. The Bobby Joke and Nunya and Tiny and all the rest of them weren't smart enough to figure it out. But I was holding back. I sent them a little bit more today, and I'm supposed to talk with the cop that's in charge of it on Tuesday. I'm just trying to decide exactly how much I want to show him. But they possibly they put an innocent family at risk, trying to get me thrown in jail or killed, all because I called them out for being liars. If this doesn't prove that they were trying to get me out of the way, then see, I mean that's another reason why it was really stupid of Bobby Joe to start releasing everybody's fucking calls and messages. It proves that she's lied in the past, and she's trying to minimize it. Yeah, Little Tard's weapons are also legal. Hey, what's going on, Melinda? Has anybody actually gotten any letters, or is that just PHI throwing more smoke? For the record, absolutely nobody owns fully automatic weapons because they are not legal. Yeah, that's not true, Treach. You can't have full auto. You just got to have the right paperwork. You can have grenade launchers. You just got to have the right paperwork. That was another thing is Jason Casey was saying that he was some kind of expert on the Firearms Act of 1936, and there was another one like 1986 and I think 36. But clearly he doesn't understand how the NFA actually works. I mean, you can have. They also reported me for having suppressors, which I don't think I've ever shown a suppressor on here. I could be wrong about that, but yes, I have them. But um, I've got the $200 tax stamp, so they're legal.
What's up,
What's
dude?
going on, Damone? How
Nothing. I
you
was here.
doing?
I'm doing good. I was hearing you talk about all of your illegal guns, dude. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, like that. See, that's the thing. I'm debating should I tell the ATF about the ones I bought from Nanya, or should I hold back on that?
You know, it's weird. People that are not really educated on guns and gun laws don't understand that all you need is a $200 tax stamp.
Hmm.
The biggest barrier to entry to owning full auto weapons is their price. Their price is incredibly high for me. You know,
Absolutely.
that is the
Yeah.
only barrier. That's it.
Yep.
So
I
there's a
mean,
lot of
you gotta have a clean record too, but it takes about 6 months to get cleared. And yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's all it is. Now, also, shooting full auto is expensive um, because
Yes, that's why I don't shoot a whole lot of full auto these days. That's exactly why. It goes quick.
yeah, yeah, dude. Even when even the stuff I bring to the range, well, back when I did before I had kids, it was back when ammo was super hard to find and everything, and I fucking I'd save 1 round for a mag dump, just for fun, because
Hmm.
I was with my dad, no one was there, there was no rules about fucking firing too fast or anything, so I just bring one and mag dump it, and I'm like, well, that was expensive, you kind of feel fucking weird about it, um, but
Yeah, but it's worth it though, man.
it's a cool feeling, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
See that's back when I was doing really well. I used to buy like a third of a UPS truck of ammo like 3 or 4 times a year. My UPS guy hated me for it, but he was cool though. He would actually take it up my steps and leave it on the deck with his 2-wheel cart. So um, I still have my stockpiles, but I don't touch those. Those are just for emergencies. Um, but yeah, certainly since I'm not making a whole lot of money these days, it slowed down my shooting quite a bit.
yeah, I'm the same way. Like I have my stockpile, and it's like 7 or 8 thousand rounds spread out
Hmm.
between I don't know how many, a dozen guns or so. And I don't ever
Yeah,
shoot that. I wouldn't have time to go anyways, dude. I got 2 young kids, bro. They take up all my time, so I wouldn't have time anyway. But let me get
yeah.
on my Wi-Fi. I just got home. I just pulled in the driveway or the garage. Let me see if my Wi-Fi will connect. Hold on, just a second.
All right, no problem. We'll be here.
Posted about this situation, but I didn't really read them. So you know who's calling and doing all this?
See, that's the thing is I know that uh, there were anonymous calls made. I don't know who they were,
Oh,
but I have screenshots of several people admitting to it. Um, and those I did give to the police, but
yeah,
I've got more stuff that I could give them, and yeah. So I don't know if they're pursuing it. I was not pushing it, but the more I think about it, like they put an innocent family in danger. They tried to have me put in jail just to get me out of the way because I was pointing out their lies, and that's what it all comes down to.
yeah. Sounds like about the usual for this place. Oh,
Yeah.
you were asking about the PHI stuff. She went live this morning saying that she feels stalked, stalked, which is so strange. because civil and criminal legal matters, issues, court cases, documents, that's all publicly available, dude. So,
That's what she's calling stalking.
yeah, yeah,
That's no worse than what she's done to people. I mean, I could probably, she's done quite a bit of that kind of stuff to me, and I've done nothing to her but run my mouth. So,
yeah.
uh, if that's how she wants to play, then
she's just doing her usual thing, man. Quite the exhausting way to live, to go from one crisis to another. But what do I know?
yeah,
Anyways, that's what folks are talking about down there. You know, she's gonna send out
okay,
letters to people. She said, keep an eye on your mailbox, dude. I've been hit with cease and desist. I've been fucking
really,
the amount of shit that's gone on in this community, boy. You just don't shit like that. Just don't even get your fucking. Don't even change your heart rate. You know. Oh, more legal issues. All right.
yeah, pretty much, yeah, business as usual.
That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I just want to come clear that up, man. You have a good night. I got to get inside.
All right, all right, cool, man.
See you later.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
Uh, I can't imagine free PatCon. No, fuck PatCon. What did he get banned again? I banned him myself the last time. That was no accident, but uh the thing about StreamYard is I can't see when somebody gets banned or timed out. So if he got it again, he probably said something stupid. Dominique says thanks for absolutely nothing, Mama James. Wow. Dominique coming in hot. He was timed out. He didn't say anything really bad though. All right, let his alt live unless he says something really bad. He banned him because it thought it was him. It probably is PatCon because his original account, like his main account, is banned. Fuck. I hate to do this to y'all, but we are gonna have a talk about wrenches again. I've said this a million times, but people get all mad at me because their wrench is gone, and sometimes I don't know why. Sometimes I know for sure that I've accidentally taken wrenches when I was taking other ones. I put up a short about how fucking hard it is to read this shit on a phone. They're in no real order. They're all just kind of jammed together and very hard to see. So yes, I have accidentally taken people's wrenches. Um, and so I've heard other channel owners say that YouTube has taken people's wrenches. So that's also a possibility. But if you lost your wrench and you don't know why, it might have been an accident. Come and talk to me, and we'll get it figured out. Because people get all mad and they fucking run their mouths. Oh, I lost my wrench in there. They get all mad and butt hurt over an accident that could have been straightened out. And while we're on that subject, is I don't know why this happens, but well, some people I do know why it happens is because of the name they use or the emoji that they use. Um, but I always forget to click um, to see all. You know, you got to click all or top chat. I always forget to click that, so I don't see certain people's comments, and then they get mad because they think I'm ignoring them, and I'm not, and that's also caused some problems. So yeah, if you think somebody's ignoring you, make sure that people can see your comments. You know what? I'm not a Glock fanboy, but there's nothing wrong. I carry a Glock because they're reliable, they're reasonably accurate, and they're cheap. So if you have to shoot somebody like in self defense, you're going to lose that gun. And I would rather lose my $500 Glock than my $1,200 1911. So yeah, I do carry a Glock most of the time. Ruger, yeah, I've got some Rugers. Ruger 1022s are one of the best semi-automatic 22s on the market. The bad thing about Ruger is all their stuff is proprietary. Like, um, I've had a bunch of Mini 14s come and go, and they're a good gun, but it'd be a whole lot better if you could buy a $10 AR-15 mag and put in it, as opposed to a $30 or $40 Ruger magazine. You know, am I friends with Bobby Joe again? Absolutely not. She's a fucking lion. Yeah, fuck her. Bobby Joe is a hanger on. She always has been. Have you noticed that she's the only one that rooted her way into like both sides of all the backdoor shit? Have you noticed that? And then tries to act like she wasn't a part of it. I think it's funny. She used to brag that she was. Oh, I was in all the secret group chats and stuff. Well, she was in some, but she wasn't in any of the good ones. The only reason she was there is because Blue would put her in there because she was always kissing Blue's ass. The rest of us didn't trust her. So then somebody would start a group chat. Blue would have her brought in, and then some of us be like, "Hey, we don't trust Bobby Joe. We don't trust the Dragonfly Wings. We don't trust whoever." So then they would make another fucking group chat without whoever, and that's why we ended up with. I mean, it's not an exaggeration. Probably there was probably around 30 of them with different combinations of the same people. It was insane. I eventually left most of them, and when my Discord account got nuked, um, of course I was gone from all of them then, but I didn't rejoin very many of them. Bobby Joe Light, This is why they were trying to have me put in prison, is because I was calling them out on their lies. Apparently, they wanted me out of the way that fucking bad. And if you still talk to Bobby Joe privately, I would be very fucking careful, because her move when she has a falling out, and she has a lot of fallings out if you haven't noticed. I kind of when I took her. I mean, Jenny T knows she was around for a lot of this stuff. She was in uh, some of those. Oh, I love Sig Sauers. The first new semi-automatic handgun that I ever bought was a Sig 220 45. I've had 226s and a few others. My son just bought a Sig 360. Brett. Oh, you talking about Brett on 92s? Yeah, those are good guns too. I'm a 1911 simp. I always have been. I've had Kimbers, and like you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get a good handgun, but it's nice, when you can. But yeah, I'm guilty of paying way too much for some 1911s in the past. You have an M9A3. That's the military version of the 92, right? And a 92G Elite. Pink Hannah Montana paintball gun. Wow. Glue guns. There you go. Another thing, and again, I'm not a Glock fanboy by any means, but another nice thing is like their magazines. Most of the 9mm magazines, like you can take a 33 round. I've got some 33 round Glock magazines, and they fit in my 17, my 19s. As long as it's long enough, like you can fit. I'm gonna mix this up. You can fit Glock 19 mags, or no, Glock 17 mags and a 19, but you can't go the other way around because one's long enough and the other one's too short. So that's another nice thing about Glocks, and everybody makes aftermarket parts for them. So there's a lot of. I mean, I used to hate the damn things. I still don't like the way they look. Um, I have a fourth generation where they kind of changed the angle a little bit because I'm not a fan of the 17-degree Glock angle. But the fourth generation, they kind of relaxed a little bit. So that's what I carry. I've got a fourth generation 17 and a 19. What's going on, Spawn Monkey? Yeah, those your popsicle stick houses, you might encounter an issue if you mix up your Glock with your glue gun. That is a possibility. It'd also be really cool. Oh yeah, duct tape and zip ties. You can have a good time with duct tape and zip ties. My dad used to take me hippie hunting back at Kent State with Lee Harvey Oswald. We would just sit up in the tower and shoot hippies all day. Oh yeah, and don't forget the handcuffs. You can also have a good time with paracord. Yeah, and something else I was going to say that I forgot too is like as far as shit, we were talking about PHI's bullshit earlier. As far as there being anything nefarious in the boy server, I kind of doubt it because for all the threats that they've made of we're gonna, post this and post that, and as far as I know, not a single shred of evidence of anything like that has come out. So I'm inclined to believe that it never happened. I think that that's all bullshit too. I did watch some of I watched it through Big Moose's channel, but I did watch some of Ryan's last night. Unfortunately, I missed most of the part when Tech came up because I was watching it and then got bored and left. And I can't remember if I saw it on the Discord. It's somewhere somebody said, yeah, Tech's up on Ryan, so I went back to it. So I didn't get to hear everything he said. But I think part of the reason Ryan's so agitated here lately is because I think he realized that people were taking advantage of him. Speak of the devil. TBS showed a bunch of lies on PHI on the stream earlier. Yeah, that's the thing. They're out here throwing each other's DMs out, and they forget what they lied about a year ago or less. And some of this shit, like when I tell people things like, "Oh, he's lying," when I don't lie about shit like that, and now people are realizing that I wasn't lying, and that's why they tried to have me put in prison. They just want me out of the way. But guess what? I'm not getting out of the way. In fact, you've made me. The whole reason I'm talking about it now was because you ran your mouths about it. And you're not off the hook. Put out a new comedy video on this channel today. I keep forgetting to. I keep forgetting to sub to you, Treach. I'll remember one of these days. Did you see him, Ryan shaming Jersey? No, but I've seen him shame Jersey before. Sweet Baby Ray says, "You remember when Bill was the psycho perv of the community?" I still am. I still am. But that's what's fucked up, man. Is when people tell me I'm the only real one left, or I'm the only one that has any common sense or whatever. If it's nice to hear that, but just think about it. Y'all that have been around for a few years, think about how fucked up that is. Yeah, it's better to keep it 100 than to keep it 370. They fail to realize that. I'm not gonna change Jenny T. Why mess with perfection? And that's something else that like I said shit about Ray, and I will still talk shit about Ray. But part of the reason was because they were saying that Ray doxed Tommy Boy. So that's what I thought. I thought that Ray doxed Tommy Boy. And not a single one of them motherfuckers spoke up and said, no, it wasn't Ray. Like, not a single one. They knew it wasn't him. They knew that he was getting shit for it. And none of them said, no, it wasn't him. And that kind of pisses me off. What's going on, Nippa? Yeah, I agree with you, Treach, but it's hard to keep your sense of humor at a high level when people are falsely reporting you to the police, doxing you, um, supporting people like Clown. And if you guys haven't, I've had people reaching out, leaving comments on videos and hitting me up on Instagram and stuff. People I've never heard of, people I've never spoken to, and there's a lot of shady shit. Like there are people that have been tracking Mitch for years. Like it's kind of disappointing to see Tommy Boy get Mitched. It is kind of disappointing. But yeah, they like there's just there's a somebody has a screenshot of Mitch telling his 14-year-old boys in a Discord that I don't think people are aware that he has. People say, no, I'm in his Discord. There's no kids in there, but that's not the same. That's not the Discord. It's a different one. But he dropped my link in the chat there. So, like, why does he have all these kids in his Discord? Justice for Eloy. Yeah, that was some bullshit what they did to him too. Like nobody is safe. You think you're friends with these people, but like the second you piss them off, they're gonna do something to fuck you over. Mitch looks like Bill Gates and no, I didn't really get that. I don't know, maybe. He definitely looks like he got stuffed into a lot of lockers in high school. What's going on, Anthony? Being a smartass already. Yeah, this whole thing over here is not about. I mean, yeah, it spawned from the predator catching community, but it has very little. This part of the community has nothing to do with saving kids. We fell far away from that a long time ago. Now it's about people that thinks that like they think there's some kind of power to be had here, but all it is echo chambers. I learned that a long time ago. Like there's no like there are no authority figures here. It's just people that want to perceive it that way. So they're struggling for clout. Like, how do you gain clout when, well, this community, so-called community, it's a lot smaller than it used to be. Like it used to be no problem at all to have 200 people in your live chat. Like that was fairly common. It wasn't every day, but it was fairly common, and you just don't see those numbers anymore. So a lot of people are just gone, and it's happened within like the last year or so. And I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, that was it. They do things for clout, but nobody gives a fuck about our channels unless you are intimately familiar with what's been going on. This shit will make no sense to you. You know, since about 11 or 1200, most of my subs come from outside of this, and I tell them because the people they're like, "What the fuck is this all about? What's your channel for?" Like, my channel is not about anything. My channel isn't for anything really, but um, I tell them not even to bother watching the live streams because they won't make any sense, and it just makes us look like a bunch of assholes. So as far as clout goes, there really is no more clout to be had. Like, it's all the same people. What's going on, Dusty? Yeah, you're right. Uh, Little fucker kind of let the fame go to his head, though. I tell you what, I'm glad people are finally starting to wake up and see that cats are a viable food option. Um, my cookbook sales have been going through the roof as of late. I mean, it's all you got all these stray cats that are just stray and being neglected, and you have hungry homeless people. I think that eating cats, stray cats, it solves two problems. I say break out the shake and bake and hibachis and eat up. Have leftovers? Yeah. I've been freezing some cats. They're not really leftovers. I'm just saving them for later, just in case, emergencies. All right, cover your eyes, ladies. I'm not too sure about this one. Oh shit, shit, shit. Hang on. Don't go anywhere.
When you start talking about
What's going
cookbooks,
on? Don't.
when you start talking about cookbooks to eat pets, the contest is I can't watch you die up here alone. Anything but talking about eating cats.
No. I'm not talking about eating pets. I'm talking about strays. Strays aren't really pets.
The strays are not pets. So if you find a labradoodle roaming the streets, it's fair game.
Eat it. Yep.
if a stray comes along, you must eat it?
You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you're starving, look, historically, when people run out of food, whether it's World War II or some kind of natural disaster, when people run out of food, their neighbors' pets start looking pretty damn good. You don't really want to eat your own. Like if your neighbors have a cat, you have a cat, trade them so that you're not actually eating your own pet. It'll go down easier that way. But historically, that's the first thing people do.
We talking about like grass-fed, free-range Cheshire cats?
Whatever you can get a hold of.
Okay, I respect it. What other kind of fuckery is going on tonight?
I was just talking about how they've been trying to have me actually thrown in prison or swatted for telling the truth about them.
Someone tried to have you thrown in prison?
Oh yeah, Jason Casey, Nanya, Tiny, Bobby Joe, they were all involved in it. I already knew that I was getting. See, I've known about it for quite a while, but now they're actually talking about it out loud. I already had screenshots of them saying that they did it. And
I'm going to release. I actually have our prison calls recorded, and I said, "Bill, how's prison?" And he says, "Except for all the bologna sandwiches and man sex, prison sucks."
I excluded the man sex. I must have been joking. No,
So
for real though, dude. They did. They told the cops that I had illegal machine guns, which my machine guns are legal. They said that I was
can own a machine gun,
shooting guns, which was not true. Yeah, you can own a machine gun.
Oh, are you allowed to shoot a machine gun when you're drunk, or is that illegal?
It's
is it like
as far as I
is
know,
it like gays in the military, just don't ask, don't tell?
Pretty much. But here's the thing: is I really don't handle guns when I'm fucked up. But they were saying that I did, and I challenged them to find one single video where I'm drunk handling a weapon.
It's never even occurred to me to call the police on anybody in the community, to be honest with you. That's uncharted territory, Bill. I don't understand, but I don't understand much anymore, Bill.
It's not uncharted anymore. They didn't like that I called them out for lying, so they tried to paint me as the liar. When it comes to shit like that, though, I don't just make shit up about people. So they had to either discredit me or get me out of the way, and neither one of them has worked.
So then what you had said before, it's been I do remember when it used to not be uncommon to have 200 people in a live just kind of hanging out, and the landscape has changed. A lot more people, we don't know who they are now. That's a new phenomenon in the last two. Remember back in the day, like JDQ and LaRoche and T's, like there was much less anonymity 2 or 3 years ago. We were much more involved with one another, like personally. This whole "don't trust strangers on YouTube" thing. That's a new phenomenon in our community too. And I don't know if I like it. But that's where we find ourselves. And on a Saturday night when no one else is live and I'm not reading chat because I'm playing zombies on Modern Warfare 3 because I'm a fucking man-child. I'm talking to a psycho perv from the Midwest about eating cats and prison phone calls. This is what my life has turned into, Bill.
Congratulations and welcome to the club. You're a loser.
Like, did I just get incel achievement unlocked on Xbox?
If you weren't married, we would have to go that route.
Yeah, we actually we had a great day today, man. Went to Costco. Got some stuff. We have like one of those upstairs living rooms, so we bought a couple of things to dartboard, new TV, and a little entertainment system, and we spent the day kind of getting the house ready. I made tacos for dinner. I think I made lunch. I did. I made scallops and shrimp with green beans and carrots for lunch. And I got a workout in today, which was good. I was moderately productive.
Are you healing up or fully healed now from the accident?
No, I'm not. There's still a bunch of cervical, lower back, and I mean, all things considered, man. Yeah, I walked away unscathed. I got lucky, but no, I'm still a little jacked up, man. Acetaminophen.
So do you have?
Do I have what?
I mean, I don't know how detailed you want to get, but is it anything that won't eventually heal? Sometimes shit takes months or years to straighten itself out. But
I wish that I could answer that question, man. I've already had a slip disc, and I have something called spinal stenosis that kind of affects me on the daily. But it's what you get for beating the shit out of your body for 40 years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was working out and doing all that other healthy shit, who would have thought that if I just stayed in the house playing video games, I probably would have been better off?
It only takes one little thing, man. Like, as active as I used to be and all the crazy shit that I used to do and the fucking multiple car accidents that I walked away from relatively unscathed by comparison, to other people. All it took to fuck up my life was I leaned over and picked up a skid. And that was it. A disc slipped. I didn't know it because I never had any back problems. I didn't know it, but I already had degenerative disc disease. And then one day I was at work. Like, there's no cool story about how I got hurt. I just bent over and picked up a skid, and a disc in between the C2 and C3 slipped, and apparently it was in a piece broke off, and it's still there. And they can't operate because if they fuck that up, you'd be paralyzed. Sometimes I think I'd like to take the chance, though.
And
we just have to have
here's something ridiculous, man.
Pre-rigged.
Not a bunch of years back, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I'm working out on the water. I'm on a pontoon boat, and I'm thinking that we're about 8 or 9 feet deep, and I just jump off the bow of the pontoon boat. We were doing a dock, and we were in about 18 inches worth of water, and I've never been. That was something that silly. That's what altered the course of my life physically. Yeah, dislocated my hip, had a lower back compression. I don't know. This was 5 or 6, probably 2017. Fuck, man. You ever notice the older we get, like, you start losing track of time?
Oh yeah, big time. Yep.
Yeah, we you know what else we don't have much anymore, man, is like first time panelists. Remember back in the day, it wasn't uncommon. Like every week we'd have like a new guest player.
Yeah. But like we kind of started to realize that panel addiction is a thing. And plus, when you start going up on panels, your chances of being doxxed increases exponentially. And people started to realize that too. So I think a lot of people are just afraid to go up on panels, and I don't blame them.
Someone just said I'm a libtard. I was like, I don't know where you've been, but and fucking Damone says, of course it's Ray. Fuck you, femboy. No, I'm gonna go back to watching the UFC here in about 10 minutes, y'all. I'm no way on earth I'd ever be illegally streaming it. That wouldn't happen. But I did see a movie today. If anybody gets a chance to go, I saw a movie called Speak No Evil, and it was fucking Bill. It's one of the best movies I've seen in probably 3 years.
Oh, is that an older movie?
No. Just it's out in theaters now. Do you know who James McAvoy is?
Okay. Yeah.
He's he plays kind of like a demented. He plays a good bad guy. He played a bad guy in the M. Night Shyamalan movie with Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson. But yeah, it was that was phenomenal. And then I saw Beautiful Stranger or something like that. We go every week. Oh, that's something else we did today too. We went to the movies. Fuck. See, I'm omitting shit. How was the girls panel today? I missed it.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched. Yeah, I watched Ryan last night through Big Moose, but that was the last YouTube. No, I did watch something today, but who the fuck was it? It wasn't a girls panel. I haven't watched an NTF panel in a couple of months.
Yeah. Her laugh gets me every time because like I'll tell a joke and I get nothing, and then 3 seconds later there's like a time delay. There's her laugh has a lag. But I for the most part, man, there's very few people that I can't be cordial with, you know.
Oh sure.
Yeah, I just don't want to feel the wrath of the internet. I saw Tommy Boy had was that a live or premiere he did today?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I know that he had one.
My wife was slapping the phone out of my hand. I'm like, obviously I don't have the volume on, but I'm just talking shit in chat. My wife's like, "You're an idiot." And I said,
right.
"Yes."
I mean,
oh, dude, I'm clinically retarded for sure. That's but it's weird, man, to watch the. How much longer do you think the community can survive if it's based on what we do, like the way it's currently headed? Like, what do you think the lifespan on it is?
I mean, it'll drag on forever. You know, some people just.
Did you see Ed put out a video today?
Yeah, I did actually. Kind of pissed me off. It's a little soon for dragging Gen A. He did the same shit when Toe died, though. Like right after it happened. You know, people are always like, "Oh, you know, we show our respect or whatever."
Have you met Toe, right?
Huh?
Did you meet Toe? He's kind of from your neck of the woods, sort of.
No, we never met in person.
Have you met anyone from the community?
Oh yeah, I've met a bunch of people from the community.
I was doing the math the other day and I realized like I know way too many of these fucks.
That's the thing, man, is like I'm leery now. I mean, because it seems like after people meet, they have some kind of well, I mean, I met PHI and Gabby. The guy, I had a cat that I built them a custom cat. I think they ate it, but we met up and I gave them a cat, and you know we were cool then, and then all of a sudden she flipped on me because of the penny shit, which I had no knowledge of before it happened. I met OTR.
Me too.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's a cool guy. Who else was there? Like a couple of them. Like we decided we're never gonna tell anybody we met because we know how people talk, and I don't want to make them a target because of me.
Did you and
I know I've met more.
You say you met Nevermore?
No, I said I know I've met more people than that. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, the only person
of course I
had blood
met T-Coy because she lived with me for a while, and I met Main Doodoo Stain obviously too.
Who's Man Doodoo Stain?
Main Doodoo Stain. That is or was, I don't know if they're still together or not. That was T-Coy's man.
Okay. Yeah, I met OTR. We actually got 3 Preds to show up in the same night, and all 3 fucking bolted, ran away, fought us. It was we had like the best decoying, but like the worst luck ever.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It does. And then me and JDQ hung out for a little bit. PP Mass, Alex, Jesus, Fredo, obviously Cam, Sam, JT, Christy,
Yeah.
Vic, Toe,
Yeah,
Tasha, Kyle R.
Cam asked me to meet up, but
Dude, you should have totally met up with Cam. What could possibly go wrong?
no, because I looked at the statistics and everybody that's met Cam in person has somehow gotten fucked over by him. So, and he wanted me to go with him to when he was going to Kentucky over the JD stuff. He wanted to swing by Indiana and have me go with him, but I can see that going all kinds of wrong and me taking the hit for it, so I declined.
I keep saying we need to do a community DMT fucking event. How do you think that would go?
Well, if we were all strapped down to gurneys, it'd probably go okay.
Do you think Broadband would be like the head shaman to lead us on our DMT journey?
I hope not. I ain't getting on that bus.
Do we see him anymore, or is he gone?
I don't know. I haven't seen him for a long time, but I don't really watch a whole lot. So, and since Locke hasn't been going live, I kind of doubt it because that was pretty much the only place he came up on, right?
I miss Locke, man. That was my buddy for a long time.
Well, he might come back. Who knows? One day he might just pop alive with no warning, and
I hope not. I hope he stays away.
for his own good, yeah.
Maybe there's maybe he became maybe he's a leader in a community of home invasions and break-in, and he's teaching the cartel how to break into homes.
Well, good for him then.
What's that?
Good for him. The cartel world is only slightly more dangerous than this one, so it'll probably be all right.
Yeah, that's in the whole thing too. Now you catch flack because of whose chat you're seen in, who you're wrenched up on, and who you talk to. Even just saying hi to people now gets you
right.
Yeah, you'll get DMs or something like that. And there's a couple of people too. I had a rogue mod, so I did a mass unbanning, and there were 5 or 6 people that lost wrenches, and they go absolutely fucking berserk over a meaningless blue icon next to their name.
They do, man. People think way too much of their wrenches, and I've accidentally taken wrenches because on a phone it's so fucking small you can't really see it very well, and it's real easy to hit the wrong one. And I've talked to other channel owners. They say that YouTube takes people's wrenches, but instead of hitting me up and being like, "Hey man, why did I lose my wrench?" No, they'll just fucking go and talk shit about you until you find out that they lost their wrench. Yeah, people think way too much of them.
Well, back in the day, we didn't actually really need moderators. A blue wrench was really just to say you're a friend of the channel.
Right.
Yeah, now you might have 1 or 2 mods that drop links or kind of help out, but 95% of the time it was just to be like, hey, this is a friend of the channel. And now I go into certain chats and it's you don't see anybody chatting if they're not modded up. It's very odd.
Yeah, that's another thing is I would notice that certain people hadn't been in my chat, and was wondering why, because I would see them in other people's chats. I'm like, well, I wonder what the problem is, and then I would find out that they had their wrench taken on my channel and they were all pissed about it for no fucking reason.
So I want to poll the community. If we had a community-wide Hunger Games, who are some of your picks for people coming out on top?
Me.
Brandon.
I
Hey, yo, Ray, UFC's about to start. That one, I don't know if you watched the press conference yesterday, but that Mexican and that one other dude that got into it at the press conference are about to fight. I don't know if you're watching it, but it's about to pop off.
I'm about to jump back there. I just as I heard Bill talking about eating stray cats, and I heard him longing for yesteryear when the community was better. I didn't want to see him. It was very cold on that lonely mountaintop, so I just came up to share my flask for the briefest of moments.
Now, your guy, just let you know it started. And that those two guys that got into it at the press conference are about to fight.
Well, you also got Valentina Shevchenko taking on Alexa Grasso. That's if Valentina wins that fight, she might be the greatest female of all time. If she's able to win the rubber match, she might be the greatest of all time. And you know this guy, Bill. You know this guy, Matt C.
Yep. Yeah, Matt. See, I was thinking, what happened to your partner in crime? That dude that used to come up here with you.
He just don't come on no more. He's my friend. I still hang out with him. We was just giving you a hard time.
So the romance stopped, and now it's just physical.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel you, dog. I feel you. Yeah, I want to do a panel soon where I say it's all Nunyanites, all former Edvidians, all independents are welcome. I wonder how that would go. You think it'd be a bloodbath?
Well, it just kind of depends on the mood at the time. Sometimes people can just be civil, and other times they can't. You know.
Well, that's why I kind of like going live in the morning more than most, because depression, life anxiety, calls from creditors, and alcohol have not yet. Like if you get a hold of these people before like 11 a.m., it's usually pretty mundane.
It's an interesting.
But at nighttime, bro, like locksmiths, free speech panels back in the day, bro, it's like Welcome to the Thunderdome. It was a Mad Max sequel.
Yeah, I know it's what people want, but I try to avoid that. I haven't done any in the last couple of weeks, but I've done quite a few streams where I stream the sunrise, and it's usually, I mean, we still end up talking about community drama and stuff, but it's very relaxed, and there's not many people usually there, but the comments keep coming. You know what I mean? So I could give a fuck less. I would rather have 20 people that are commenting regularly than having 200 people where nobody's saying jack shit. So yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
you'll
is
see
more relaxed
117 people, and you'll see 117 people in the live, and there's like 6 people chatting.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna. Hey, Matt, don't let that play over the horn because Bill might get struck.
Oh, my bad. You can hear it?
Yeah, that's an easy way to get the channel struck.
Oh, my bad. I'll jump down. But yeah, it's about to start, so take it easy.
Hey, Matt, are you streaming it or did you buy it? You little fucking cockbag. God damn it, Bill.
Well, if I get struck, I really don't care. So it's all right, but I appreciate you looking out.
All right, Bill, I'm gonna hop down, man. You have a good night, my guy.
All right, enjoy the fight. Thanks for coming up.
See ya.
All right, later. Unless you're top fellows, he gets his fix around 8 a.m. Hey, I mean, when I'm on a coke run, I gotta not that like I've never been addicted to coke, but I'm getting too old for that shit. Yeah, I think I'm done buying cocaine. It's not that I wouldn't take a bump, if it was offered to me. Yeah, I was completely gone from here for a few days a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, the last time I did it, it didn't go very well. And that's the thing, man. When you just take a bump or whatever, it feels great, but it doesn't matter how much you have. You're not going to stop until it's all gone. And I definitely can see why people get hooked on it so quick, because coming down from it is a bitch. And all you got to do is do a little bit more, so you can avoid that. But you start coming down again, so you do a little bit more. Next thing you know, you're losing your house and your car, and you're living in a cardboard box smoking crack. I mean, I've never been. I'm 100% hooked on painkillers. Always have been ever since the doctors got a hold of me. But I've never been hooked on alcohol. I haven't drank in, man, a couple of months. So, I mean, stopping cocaine isn't a big deal for me. And that's just because I've been lucky. Tweakers, yeah. See, I've never done. I mean, I've probably gotten meth, mixed in with coke or whatever, because they do that. But I don't. I've never. I've always tried to avoid meth because I don't like how people act on that shit. And any drug will take you down eventually, but it just seems to happen extra fast with meth. Any drug will ruin your life, but it just seems like meth does it faster than anything else. From my run up, from what I've seen with people. And you feel the urge to drink. Oh, you finally quit smoking. Right on. You stopped drinking. Like you've been off of alcohol for quite a while now, right? Which is not an easy task either. What's going on, Jamie? How you doing? 2 years. That's awesome, man. I certainly. I mean, I've been through it with opioids. I've been up and down. So I know what a bitch it is to get off of things. And what thing about alcohol is alcohol and benzo withdrawals are like the two withdrawals that can actually kill you. The other stuff just makes you wish you were dead. See if Vic and I go hunting, we can wear matching pantyhose that glow in the dark. Probably glow in the dark clothing probably isn't the best for hunting. But I tell you that's an old farmer's trick, is to wear pantyhose, because they do keep you warm if you don't have long johns or whatever. Or at least that's our excuse for wearing them. You just celebrated 1 year smoke free. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Is quitting cigarettes is a bitch. I quit for 5 years once. I quit for 2 years once, and that's how fucking smart I am. I end up going back to it. It's like if somebody dies or something, and everybody's standing around outside the funeral home, and they're all smoking. It's like, man, give me a cigarette. And that first drag off of cigarettes after you've been off them for a while, it gets you, like, you won't be any like, it's the highest kind of high I've ever felt, but it only lasts for 10 seconds. weed is gay. I've never liked weed. It either doesn't do anything for me or it makes me feel ways like I never want to feel again. So it's not my thing. But Jamie, I mean, sometimes hunters get lonely up in a deer stand. You know, you're sitting there waiting for hours for a deer to walk by. It's only natural that you start fucking. You know, you quit talking shit to James. Should that count for something? No, Dominique. No, 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 that doesn't count. That's exactly the wrong thing. Although, I mean, I can understand the urge. That's I mean, I don't really hunt deer much anymore, but back when I was, I didn't use deer stands very much. I was more the type to track them down and stalk them because I can't stand just sitting in a fucking deer stand for hours. I get bored and then I forget. I get bored and I start setting shit on fire and I forget why I'm there and miss opportunities. That's the thing. I smoke way more while I'm live streaming. I don't know why. I think it's just boredom and needing something to do with my hands. I don't know what the deal is, but I smoke way too much. I mean, any amount's too much, but for some reason, live streaming just makes me want to do it more. 9 months. See, I always felt like a total dickhead, man. Quit for years at a time, or months at a time, or weeks at a time. You know, and the hardest part is like the first 2 weeks or whatever. So you got that part licked, but like it's always there. It's always hanging over your head, and all it takes is one bad day, and you think you can get away with just, all right, man, let me bum a smoke, but you can't. You can't. Like, yeah, you just wind up going right back to buying your own. Smelt the cloves. Oh, you smoke clove cigarettes? I can't stand them. The smoke shop in the town I used to live in. They had some kind of Chinese or Japanese. Anyway, the writing on the box was all in Japanese or Chinese or whatever. I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. So I got a pack, and after I smoked about half the pack, like my throat started to swell up. Like it felt like I had mushrooms growing in the back of my tongue, and yeah, it wasn't good. The charms. I don't know what it is with. I mean, I like goth chicks. I like that look. But for some reason, like every goth chick I ever dated smoked clove cigarettes. I don't know if it's because of typo negative or what, but yeah, I just don't like them. Are they made from? Yeah, yeah, they have actual cloves in them. To me, cloves taste nasty. I use clove oil. Uh, like if you have a toothache or something, clove oil works better than any of the other shit they put out on the market, but it tastes fucking nasty. When my daughter, we went to a Ryan's new name is Overtorque. I like it. My my daughter was a little girl. We went to some chick's house for Easter dinner, and they had the ham with the cloves in it. And my little girl, she was like 4 at the time. She said, "Daddy, what are these?" I said, "Oh, those are ham seeds. We can take them home and plant them, and it'll grow ham." So we did. And then when she came back, I bought some ham lunch meat and folded it up to look like a flower and put it out there and then yeah, we grew ham. Red Cross toothache medicine. Yeah, isn't that made out of clove oil? I'm getting ready to make a, a tincture out of pine sap. It's pine sap and moonshine and honey. But it works great for like if you have because winter's coming up. It works great if you have a respiratory infection. You only have to do 2 to 4 drops, like 4 times a day. Um, but it works really well on that kind of thing. I actually collected. Hold on. Yeah, This is for something a different project that I'm working on. I do a lot of stuff with pine sap. This is going to be a wood slash leather sealant when I get it done. I've got beeswax that I collected some years ago. I made it into here. The beeswax that I collected, you got to melt the shit down and then filter it and strain it, get all the impurities out, and then I used molds to make them into these little pucks. So I know how much is. This is about 2 ounces, and if I need 2 ounces, I just throw however many in I need for whatever recipe I'm working on. But you can do a lot with beeswax too. Well, Christy, at least you don't use a fake accent like Bobby Joe. Like to buy some of those off me, along with those burning sticks you make. Oh, we can figure something out. Angela, how much do you need? I mean, I can make them like if you want bigger ones or smaller ones. Something else about that is if you can put a hole in the middle and put a wick down there, and it makes a tea light candle. Right on. What's going on, Warbot, aka Chill Collins? Mr. Bill. Oh no! Is there a new Mr. Bill show? Because that was a Saturday night live skit years ago. Can someone tell Angela to unblock you? Angela, Sam's clit would like to be unblocked if you can find it in your heart. Just the old one. Yeah, those are classics. The old Saturday Night Live were the best. Back with Belushi and all them. Mr. Bill was no, Mr. Bill was Saturday Night Live before Mad TV. Unless Mad TV did it too. I don't know. Um, can I tell her to unblock you? No, but I can ask her. Community come over, Angela would also like to be unblocked. You've been cooking cats, haven't you, Christy? I know how you third world people are. Mad TV, I never forget the first time I heard somebody say asshole on regular television. It was on Mad TV. My buddy and I were watching it. You know, back then you couldn't get away with jack shit. And yeah, the very first time I ever heard anybody say asshole on, non-cable TV was, yeah, my buddy and I looked at each other, we're like, holy shit, I can't believe he just said that. And now look what they say. It was a dude that was, I can't remember, I think it was Redskins, some football team. But yeah, he was in the jersey, he had his face all painted up, had a, multicolored wig on, and he's in the doctor's office saying, Doc, I got all these symptoms. I get overexcited and I yell and I drink too much. And I mean, it was clearly because he was a football fanatic. But the doctor's checking him out, and he's like, "Well, I know what your problem is. You're an asshole." Thank you, Bill. You don't care what you say shit about me too, Sam's clit. Don't pretend like you don't. I just barely tolerate you. Okay, when community caller stops acting a fool to you, you will unblock. Well, yeah, but how are you going to know unless you give them a chance? You know, it's totally up to you. But and living color was a good one too. Fire Marshal Bill. Oh man. Let me tell you something. Where is Jersey? I don't know where Jersey is. Hopefully he's actually eating food and having a good time. All right. Now where in the fuck did my cigarettes go? Yeah, on them. You've given them chances. Well, I mean, it's up to you. It's between. I tell you, Angela has gotten more shit than I think she deserves because Ed fucked her over just well, probably worse than the rest of us because she went the hardest for him. He fucked her over too. She might not be willing to say that, and I hope I'm not out of line for saying it, but uh, yeah, she. The only time I've ever talked to Angela G on the phone was a three-way call with somebody else, and once it like sunk in for all of us, nobody was defending Edward on that call. And like we tried to think of excuses, but there was just nothing. Like there was just no excuse to have that kind of shit. The head detective. I don't remember that one. But if Dominique says it's all right, then I'll roll with it. Why am I getting notifications? Like, do you guys ever clear your notifications from YouTube off of your phone, and then they come back again like hours later or like the next day? I've been having that happen quite a bit lately. Like the exact same notifications. Can someone tell Angela? All right, let's see what he said. We already told her Sam's clip. Yeah, yeah, Shauna. YouTube does weird things, and sometimes people assume because you have a channel, you know why, and I don't know jack shit. Can someone tell Angela if she's gonna? Well, you may. Yeah, I mean, tit for tat, and I like tits, so Yeah, Big Moose, are you still in here? Because I got to start writing shit down because I always have things. I'm like, yeah, I need to talk about this, talk about that, and then I forget half of it until I hang it up. Um, I was going to ask you something like, I don't know, it's been 2 or 3 weeks ago in a chat. You asked me if I had, I forget how you worded it, preconceived notions about something because of my beliefs, and I said I don't have any beliefs. Like, what exactly were you talking about? Because like it kind of confused me. Bozo the Clown. Well, we had some politicians in here earlier, so we may as well have Bozo too. I was supposed to talk to NTF for somebody else because they don't want their name dragged through the mud. But I don't know if I don't know if I want to do that or not because I know it's going to end badly for me. I have to be very careful how I word things because I know it's going to get put out there. All right, Angela, you've been officially blocked by Sam's clit. Now I've been blocked by clits many times, so I know how it feels. But I hope it makes you feel better, Sam's clit. What's going on here tonight? Nothing. I'm just dragging it out. I've already discussed my points at nauseum. If anybody has anything they want to get off their chest, we can do it now. Although I prefer no screaming, which pretty much eliminates any female with Joe in their name. We did a study. We studied 4 females in this community who had Joe in their name, J-O, and we determined that Joe is the new Karen. Because I don't like that they call Karens Karen because all of the Karens that I've known in real life were actually really nice. So, but it seems like all of the females I've known with Joe in their name have all been psychotic. So I think we can make that change. Can someone tell Angela that Dow guy did more than pee in public? Okay, so I asked this, I think, on the last stream because I think it was just a misunderstanding on my part. It wasn't like somebody told it to me. Um, but I was under the notion that he had custody of the girl that he was alleged to have done shit with, but I was incorrect. He has custody. See, that's what bothers me is like if he has that, and I've seen proof of nothing. All I've seen is people talk about it. I've seen no actual proof. But if um if he has that kind of charge, why does he have custody of any little girl? That that bugs me. Are you all right, Shauna? You're not having a stroke or something, are you? Yeah, Matt, you're right. We have seen how the system CPS is fucking yeah. I've seen CPS do fucked up things both ways. Give custody to kids and then the kid ends up dead. And then I've known people who have had fake CPS. People call CPS just out of revenge and tell them a bunch of bullshit. And then these people lose their kids until they prove that they aren't monsters. Sometimes they got to take classes and shit. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in CPS. The child was born well after the fact. Yeah, I don't get it. You saw a short video of him and a little girl the other day. I mean, he's going live. Yeah, somebody needs to fucking take over. Somebody else wants to go live. I'm not gonna take any offense because I'm just dragging this shit out. I mean, people do get falsely accused of shit. It does happen. And it might be unfair, but I'm not willing to take the chance once I've seen proof, you know? Oh man, come on now. Has the NTF already been live today? Give people a break. Who's ready for the what documentary? Can you go live, pull over? You're one of the few that I actually watch. You mean the one of oh yeah, the Tommy documentary. Is that a done thing? Is it out? Or what happened with Tommy in court the other day? I knew he had a court date, but I never heard like what happened. He's a weirdo, gave you the creeps. You don't want anything to do with him. Right on. There's a few people like that around here. Mitch. Be going live. OJ, are you doing lives? I'm. I hope I'm sub to you. If I'm not, I will be. God damn it! I could have swore I gave OJ a fucking wrench. And we're back. I could have swore I gave OJ a wrench, but damn it if I didn't. If somebody has his channel link, throw it up there, please. If he's actually doing lives, he might just be fucking with me. I don't know. If it was a false accusation, you would have fought that case till the end. Yeah, me too. But see, that's the thing, and I know from working in the system that, I mean, something like that, but like people do take plea deals just to get shit over with. Like I had clients that I knew were innocent, but they ended up taking a plea deal just to get it over with. But having something like that on your record for the rest of your life, man. If it's something I like, when I got arrested, they kept offering me plea deals, and I turned down every one of them. I was never going to do any jail time anyway. But I didn't care. I wasn't gonna. If I'd done it, I'd just been like, hey, I'll take my lumps or whatever. But I just refused every plea deal they sent me, no matter how cushy they were, because I wasn't gonna admit to something I didn't do. I mean, it wasn't anything like that, but all right. Looks like Pullover threw up the link. Cool, thanks, man. Can somebody DM me OJ's link? Because I can't click it from here without kicking myself off. I would appreciate it. Oh shit, guys! Something's going on. I gotta. All right, guys, I gotta hang this up.